Right, major drugs haul being reported in Assam. Drugs worth 200 crore seized by Silchar police in Cachar district of southern Assam along with the STF. For more on this, I'm joined by my colleague Ratnadeep. Take us through the details.
Well, this is perhaps one of the biggest ever drugs haul in Assam. Remember, this operation has been carried out by the Assam STF led by its chief IGP Parthasarathi Mahanta, who first got the tip off, and they were kind of following a vehicle which was coming in from Mizoram, and in that they had got heroin of 21 kilograms, out of which 18 kgs are pure heroin. So pure heroin, the market cost at this moment is about 210 crores, and usually with pure heroin other drugs are mixed, so therefore the market cost of these drugs might be even more, might actually cross 500 crores as well. But this was this is a big success for the police, because remember these heroin consignment of 21 kilograms were brought in containers which were concealed under breads and biscuit consignments, so that ordinary check post would actually would not find it. But because there was a tip off, therefore ambush was laid, and this vehicle was intercepted this evening in Silchar, which is in southern Assam, bordering Mizoram, and this vehicle which was coming from Mizoram was intercepted.
Right.
This is one of the biggest drugs haul. We'll get to know the exact figure of the seizure after the enumeration is done, but definitely
right.
18 kilogram which the police says is a pure heroin worth over 200 crores, and the overall seizure
right.
worth would might be even more, might actually cross 500 crores.
Right, very important story coming in from Assam. Ratnadeep, thank you so much for joining us. Shifting focus now to the national capital, and war of words between Delhi LG and the government has once again reignited after the Delhi LG Secretariat's letter to Union Home Secretary. AAP has retorted, saying officers are not listening to Delhi government ministers and hence courts are the last resort. Remember, in the letter to Union Home Secretary, LG had expressed displeasure over two issues, alleging that the government in Delhi is bypassing files and not keeping the LG in the loop. Secondly, it also alleged that Delhi government in fact goes to court on every issue, which is creating a false narrative. For more on this, I'm joined by my colleague Ishika. Ishika, take us through the key contentions from both sides. It's yet another war of words between Delhi LG and the government.
Well, certainly, the back and forth between the Lieutenant Governor and, in fact, the Delhi government continues. Now, in fact, the LG Secretariat has, in fact, written a letter to the Union Home Ministry, and in fact this letter showcases the displeasure of the Secretariat over two issues. Number one, bypassing of the files by the Delhi government without keeping the LG Secretariat in loop, and another, what they say is that the Delhi government has been going to the courts for every issue, which ultimately is creating a false media narrative of the LG Secretariat. Let me tell you that, in fact, the LG Secretariat in the letter has given examples. They say that the DCPCR had filed a case in the High Court for the alleged stoppage of funds by the Delhi Lieutenant Governor. But in fact, it also clarifies that the LG Secretariat never stopped the funds, nor an audit of the DCPCR was ordered by the LG. In fact, LG had only agreed with the proposal of audit that was in fact proposed by the WCD department of the DCPCR. Reacting to this, now the Delhi government has said that the courts are in fact the final resort that that is in front of them, because they say that the Lieutenant Governor has been taking no action against the officer despite the repetitive complaints by the Delhi government. The Delhi government says, that they have complained that the bureaucrats are stopping, the development works by obstructing the files, and yet no action by the Lieutenant Governor has been taken against such officers.
Right.
So certainly the back and forth between the LG Secretariat and the Delhi government over this continues. Over to you.
Right. So the tussle for power in Delhi continues. Ishika, thank you so much for joining us with that. Meanwhile, NDTV's accessed ED's charge sheet in Delhi Jal Board alleged corruption case. As per the charge sheet, former Delhi Jal Board officials allegedly took 2 crore bribe to fund AAP's electoral campaign.
देखिए, चार्जशीट करीब 8,000 पन्नों की है और इस चार्जशीट पर 8 कोर्ट ने कॉग्निजेंस ले लिया है और जो सभी आरोपी हैं, 5 इसमें लोग हैं, जिसमें एक कंपनी है एनबीसीसी, सभी को कल जो है समन किया गया है। कल पेश होना है जो भी आरोपी हैं। इस चार्जशीट में सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि ये कहा गया है कि दिल्ली जल बोर्ड के जो अधिकारी थे, उन्होंने जो बाकी के आरोपी हैं उनसे जो प्रोसीड ऑफ क्राइम है, यानी कि जो अपराध से कमाया हुआ पैसा है, ऐसा करीब 2 करोड़ रुपए लिया और इस पैसे को आम आदमी पार्टी के लिए लिया और ये पैसा आम आदमी पार्टी के चुनाव कैंपेन में इस्तेमाल होना था। ये चार्जशीट में लिखा गया है और चार्जशीट में ये भी कहा है कि आम आदमी पार्टी को लेकर जांच चल रही है, क्योंकि इसी घोटाले के मामले में ईडी ने दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल को सम्मन किया था। हालांकि वो पेश नहीं हुए थे, लेकिन उनको सम्मन किया गया था। ये जो पूरा स्कैम है ये था कि इसमें जो जल बोर्ड है, जल बोर्ड की ओर से एक कंपनी है एनकेजी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, इस कंपनी को करीब 38 करोड़ रुपए के टेंडर दिए गए। ये टेंडर इलेक्ट्रोमीटर लगाने के लिए और साथ में दिल्ली में जो पेमेंट के लिए ऑटोमेटिक मशीनें लगानी थी उनके लिए दिया गया था। इसमें एलिगेशन ये था कि ये जो कंपनी थी ये टेंडर की शर्तों को, कंडीशंस को फुलफिल नहीं करती थी, उसके बाद भी इसको टेंडर दिया गया और इस तरह से जो जल बोर्ड है उसको 14 करोड़ रुपए का नुकसान हुआ, क्योंकि जो पेमेंट के लिए, जल बोर्ड के पेमेंट के लिए जो ऑटोमेटिक मशीनें लगी उनमें पैसा तो आया, लेकिन वो पैसा जल बोर्ड तक नहीं पहुंचा और जो आरोपी थे वो सारा पैसा जो है उन्होंने आपस में बांट लिया।
News coming in of an earthquake in parts of Himachal. An earthquake of magnitude 5.3 on the Richter scale hit Chamba in Himachal Pradesh shortly after 9:30 p.m. and tremors were felt in Chamba and Manali. The quake, in fact, originated at a depth of 10 kilometers. Election news now. In Bengal, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and Prime Minister Narendra Modi faced off in Cooch Behar, North Bengal, in back-to-back election rallies. BJP had made strong inroads in North Bengal in last Lok Sabha elections, but TMC gave a fierce fight back in the assembly polls in 2021. Both leaders today raked up the CAA issue, which is going to be a big factor in the region this election.
ভোটের আগে কে কে করে চিল্লাচ্ছে, মনে রাখবেন ক্যাটা হচ্ছে মাথা মাছের আর লেজাটা হচ্ছে এনআরসি। এখন কি বলছে, পুরোহিত লিখে দিলেই হবে কোন আইনে আছে, আর যখনই আপনি নাম লেখালেন সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আপনি বাংলাদেশি হয়ে গেলেন। অর্থাৎ আপনি লক্ষ্মীর ভান্ডার পাবেন না, আপনি কন্যাশ্রী পাবেন না, আপনি ভোট দিতে পারবেন না, আপনার নাগরিক অধিকার থাকবে না, আপনার সরকারি অধিকার থাকবে না। এটা ভালো না খারাপ নিজেরা বুঝে নিন। আর যেই ডিটেনশন করবে, করে আসামে এখনো আছে, ডিটেনশন ক্যাম্প করে রেখে দেবে যেখানে আপনাদের বিদেশি বলে চিহ্নিত করা হবে।
इन्होंने राजवंशी, नामशूद्र और मतुआ साथियों की कभी परवाह नहीं की, लेकिन आज जब बीजेपी सरकार सीएए लेकर आई है तो ये अफवाहें फैला रहे हैं। मां भारती पर आस्था रखने वाले हर परिवार को नागरिकता देना ये मोदी की गारंटी है। मैं पश्चिम बंगाल के हर परिवार से कहूंगा, ये टीएमसी वाले, वामपंथ वाले डराएंगे।
The Citizenship Amendment Act notification announced on the eve of elections is likely to be a key election issue in North Bengal, where the BJP performed well in 2019. And both Narendra Modi and Mamata Banerjee mentioned it in their rallies held just a few hours and around 30 kilometers apart. The Prime Minister also brought up the Sandesh Khali issue, which the BJP believes can damage the TMC in these elections. This on a day the Calcutta High Court came down strongly on the ruling dispensation in West Bengal over the Sandesh Khali allegations, where it said, assuming even one affidavit is correct, it is shameful. The entire district administration and the ruling dispensation have to own 100% moral responsibility.
पूरे बंगाल ने, पूरे देश ने देखा है कि कैसे टीएमसी सरकार ने संदेश खाली के गुनहगारों को बचाने के लिए पूरी ताकत लगा दी। संदेश खाली की महिलाओं के साथ जो हुआ वो टीएमसी के अत्याचार की पराकाष्ठा थी।
The TMC upped its ante on pending dues and its demand for a white paper on Manrega and Awas Yojana dues to Bengal. Mamata Banerjee took it further by comparing the BJP to a snake as the Prime Minister took on the TMC over corruption.
মনে রাখবেন, আপনি কেউটে সাপকেও বিশ্বাস করতে পারেন, অ্যাটলিস্ট পোষ মানাতে পারেন, কখনো কখনো যারা সাপুরে পোষ মানাতে পারে, কিন্তু বিজেপি পার্টিকে জীবনে বিশ্বাস করবেন না। লোকের বাড়ি থেকে ইডি টাকা তুলে নিয়ে আসছে আর বিজেপি পার্টিকে দিয়ে দিচ্ছে, বলছে ইডির টাকা জনগণকে দেবো, গরিব জনগণকে। আমি বলি দিয়েছো আজ পর্যন্ত? কত পাবে জনগণ ওই টাকা তুললে? 21 টাকা করে। আপনাদের 21 টাকা চাই না দেশ বাঁচাতে চাই?
जिन्होंने आपको लूटा है उनको सजा होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए? जिन्होंने भ्रष्टाचार किया है उनको जेल में जाना चाहिए कि नहीं जाना चाहिए? ये पैसा आपका है, किसी को लूटने का अधिकार नहीं है। और ये इनको बचाने के लिए ये जांच में रोड़े अटकाते हैं और दिन रात मोदी को गालियां देते हैं। ये चाहते हैं कि पश्चिम बंगाल में भ्रष्टाचार, तोलाबाजी, खून खराबे की राजनीति ऐसे ही चलती रहे। मैं कहता हूं भ्रष्टाचार हटाओ, वो कहते हैं भ्रष्टाचारी बचाओ।
North Bengal votes in the first phase on April 19th and the BJP wants to repeat its 2019 performance. The TMC wants to regain lost ground and not let the BJP grow further in Bengal, which is why both the BJP and TMC are locked in such an intense battle in North Bengal where both parties have a point to prove. With camera person GD Shankar, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
Now, businessman and Priyanka Gandhi's husband Robert Vadra has dropped strong hints that he might take the poll plunge in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Now, this is not the first time that Vadra has voiced his political ambitions, but he's gone further to add that people of Amethi expect him to represent their constituency.
वो चाहते हैं कि गांधी परिवार का कोई भी सदस्य वापस आए, वहाँ वो भारी बहुमत से जिताएंगे। यहाँ तक कि वो मेरे से भी प्रेरणा करते हैं और आशा करते हैं कि मैं वहाँ अपना पहला कदम अगर राजनीति में रखता हूँ और सांसद बनने की सोचता हूँ तो मैं अमेठी को ही रिप्रेजेंट करूँ। पर मेरी सोच है अभी मेहनत करने की और लोगों के बीच में रहने की और मेहनत करने की, और सही समय आने पर ज़रूर मैं भाग लूँगा। मेरे को पॉलिटिक्स में आने के लिए गांधी परिवार का सदस्य होने की ज़रूरत नहीं होनी चाहिए। मैं अपने मेहनत से आना चाह रहा हूँ। तो अगर मैं राजनीति में आता हूँ और कदम रखता हूँ और किसी भी क्षेत्र से आता हूँ या रिप्रेजेंट करता हूँ तो वहाँ प्रगति और उस लेगेसी बनेगी, गांधी परिवार की आगे बढ़ेगी।
We'll take a short break at this point. News and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now, Uttar Pradesh is the biggest battleground state. Congress and Samajwadi Party, remember, are in alliance over here. Now, what's emerged as a hurdle over the past few weeks for the Samajwadi Party is a conundrum over candidates. The party's changed at least 8 candidates in the state after the initial round of announcements.
The asterisk, which denotes that the candidate has been changed, has been appearing more than the usual this time in the Samajwadi Party's list for the Lok Sabha elections. The latest change by the Samajwadi Party is for the Meerut seat, where first they announced Bhanu Singh, then after the local units expressed displeasure, it was changed to MLA Atul Pradhan, And finally, it is Sunita Verma, an SC face who filed a nomination today. She will take on Arun Govil, who played Ram in the TV show Ramayan 3 decades ago.
माननीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने जो फैसला किया तो वो स्वीकार है.
The party faces a conundrum in other seats too. In Moradabad, 2 ST candidates filed nominations as SP candidates, Hassan and Ruchi Veera. Finally, Hassan candidature was cancelled. Similar chaos in the key seat of Rampur, where there was suspense till the second last day before the deadline to file nominations. Akhilesh Yadav favourite Maulana Mohibullah Nadvi as well as Asim Raza of Azam Khan's camp both filed the nominations. Finally, Asim Raza's nomination was cancelled and Nadvi will now contest. The confusion is all in the family for the Badaun seat. First, Dharmendra Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav's cousin, was given a ticket. Then it went to Akhilesh's uncle Shivpal Yadav. Now Shivpal wants his son to contest the polls.
देखिए यहाँ सम्मेलन में तो प्रस्ताव पास कर ही दिया है, तो जब प्रस्ताव सम्मेलन ने पूरे कार्यकर्ताओं ने कर दिया है, अब ये प्रस्ताव जाएगा राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व के पास, तो अब राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व भी सहमति बन जानी चाहिए.
Samajwadi Party has changed candidates for 8 seats in Uttar Pradesh, one of which was due to the death of a sitting member of parliament. The confusion extends even in Madhya Pradesh, where their candidate for the only seat the party is contesting in Madhya Pradesh was also changed. The NDA didn't miss the opportunity to take a dig.
बॉलीवुड की एक फिल्म का गाना है, कंफ्यूजन ही कंफ्यूजन है, सॉल्यूशन का पता नहीं. ये गाना आजकल समाजवादी पार्टी के भीतर बहुत गुनगुनाया जा रहा है, क्योंकि समाजवादी पार्टी में कौन प्रत्याशी है, कौन अधिकृत प्रत्याशी जिसको नॉमिनेशन दिया है, जिसको अखिलेश यादव जी का आशीर्वाद है, ये तय नहीं हो पा रहा है.
The founder of the Samajwadi Party, Mulayam Singh Yadav, was known to keep a fine balance in the party. But the latest changes of candidate shows the unpreparedness of the party ahead of the crucial Lok Sabha elections. Now, the question is whether the confusion will spill over to the next phases as well, or will Akhilesh Yadav be able to keep his house in order? With camera person Virendra Kumar Saini, Tanish Punjabi for NDTV.
Time for a special election segment on NDTV, the biggest faces of biggest phase. Just a fortnight to go for the first phase of polls in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. And here on NDTV, we are going to feature some of the top candidates in this phase. Today, NDTV's Maria Shakil spoke to BJP's pick to replace Varun Gandhi in Pilibhit, Jitin Prasad. Jitin Prasad says that BJP is aiming to win 50% of the vote share.
Jitin Prasad, appreciate your time. This is a constituency which has been won by the BJP multiple times in the past. It was represented by Varun Gandhi. The party has chosen not to field him. You are now the BJP candidate. How are you looking at this battle?
No, this has been a BJP constituency as well. And now that we're going for elections and it's only about 10 days left, we can see that there is a strong current for the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And you will see that in the first phase that goes for elections, not only Pilibhit, the first across UP, I can tell you for sure that the BJP is sweeping in all seats.
Tell me, how much of a yogi factor is at play in these 80 seats of Uttar Pradesh? Since you are campaigning and I can see you in a campaign trail at the moment.
There is a double engine, there's a double engine working, where you have a double engine government, where in the center Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and Yogi Adityanath ji in the state, and people are very happy with the policies, programs which have transcended down to the last mile, and you can see beneficiaries in the rural areas. And I'm actually traveling from village to village, and people are giving a great response.
Okay, let's talk about the Samikaran or the new arithmetic that is there in Uttar Pradesh. Congress and the Samajwadi Party are contesting in alliance. Mayawati's BSP is going alone, very different from what it was in 2019, when your numbers, the BJP numbers, went down because of SP-BSP alliance. Is that giving you confidence that you will be perhaps able to reach, the BJP will be perhaps able to reach the 2014 number when it won 71 of 80 seats?
Whatever I have figured out, the BJP already plans for 50% and above vote share. So irrespective of whatever combination that gets formed against it, it's not going to work. And that happened the last time also in UP, where you had a formidable alliance of Samajwadi and BSP, which was totally crushed by the Narendra Modi wave.
And multiple leaders from your previous party have joined your present political party. It's almost like a leader a day leaving the Congress. What's causing this exodus from the Congress according to you?
I've already said there's no connect between the people and the Congress anymore. The Congress is totally disconnected with the ground realities. And I don't see that happening anything in the future, and people have disheartened and they're all leaving.
My last question to you, first phase of course is on 19th. Pilibhit is among those 102 constituencies which go to polls. It is the highest of all the 7 phases. Your thought on this battle for Pilibhit?
No, I'm telling you, it's Narendra Modi ji all the way.
Jitin, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV.
And with that, it's a wrap from my side. Keep watching NDTV.